The deck is quiet, it's not asleep, it's judging. We're very alike. Snow and Turksy, 3 days ago you got the Lovers, Death, and the Chariot. Sounds like something shifted. What's the heart floating toward now? At Susan Krickel 8Q, the deck is deciding how honest to be with you. I voted very. The deck's offering you a peace offering, which means someone has to accept it first. Susan, August showing you the Five of Swords reversed. That's the aftermath of a fight nobody really won. The cards are saying there's something unfinished between you and someone, and the month's opening a door to settle it. Not forgive, not forget, just put the weapons down and see what's actually left when the dust clears. Someone's going to have to move first. The question is whether you're ready to be that someone, or whether you're waiting for them to blink. AstroLove 101. Delay implies the deck was waiting. It wasn't. What do you need? Patience at Snow and Turksy. The cards are choosing their words. Someone here has to. The deck's showing you what happens when hope meets chaos and then loses its nerve. Snow and Turksy, you came in with an open heart, the Ace of Cups, fresh and willing. But right now you're drowning in the Two of Pentacles reversed. Too many balls in the air, nothing's being held steady, and you're exhausted. The future's the Seven of Pentacles reversed. You're digging up the seeds to check if they're growing instead of just letting them sit in the dark where they belong. Here's the thing, love doesn't grow on a schedule you can monitor. Right now you need to pick one ball up, put the others down, and stop checking. The impatience is the real problem, not the love. If the truth entertained you, there's a like button. The deck counts them, coldly, but it counts. At Hyuni, Moon 2, 072, the deck just looked at your question and poured itself a drink. Stand by. The deck just answered your question with a condition attached. Hyuni, the Four of Pentacles upright, that's security, that's holding tight to what you know. And here's what it's really saying. Nothing's coming in until you make room. You're gripping so hard to whatever you've got, whether that's a closed heart, a routine, a wall, that there's no space for anything new to land. Love doesn't knock on a locked door and wait. The cards aren't saying it won't happen. They're saying you have to decide you're ready to let something shift first. The move is yours. Susan, that's what the cards are here for. Go make August count. One moment at Cathal 9835. Fate is doing its little theater. I've seen better, but it tries. The deck's building you a bridge away from the wreckage you walked into last time. Kath, you leaped in blind, the fool upright, all faith and no map. That's how you got here. Right now, you're the Queen of Pentacles, and that's your real power. You're grounded, you're taking care of yourself, you're not spiraling. Stay there. The future's the Ace of Wands, new fire, new direction, something that actually lights you up instead of burns you. The advice the cards are giving you is simple. Don't go backward chasing old sparks. You've got permission to walk toward the new ones. Your ex doesn't get another leap of faith from you. You save that for someone who deserves it. Subscribe, the deck remembers names and you want to be on the good list. Trust me. Snow and Turksy, now go stop checking those seeds. At our best to see to come, cards incoming, compose yourself or don't, that's content too. The deck's telling you the answer lives in a question you haven't asked yet. Our best to see to come. There's old hurt between you two, 5 of Swords reversed, lingering resentment, something that needs mending. Right now, Dree's juggling, balancing, keeping things measured. The 2 of Pentacles upright, that's not love, that's caution. The future's Death upright, and before you panic, that's transformation. Something's ending so something else can begin. But here's what the cards are actually saying. You don't know what Dree feels because you're asking the cards instead of asking him. Love isn't a secret the tarot keeps from you. It's a conversation 2 people have when they're brave enough to start it. The deck can't answer for him, only he can. Kath, go light something new on fire. The deck sighed at Betty BR29. It does that when the answer is interesting. For me, anyway. The deck's answer is about timing, not the money itself. Betty, 4 of Swords upright, that's rest, that's pause, that's deliberate waiting, not this week. The cards are saying there's a delay built in, and it's not because something's wrong. It's because these things move slow, and the universe is telling you to sit with that instead of push against it. You'll get your deposit. The cards aren't saying no. They're saying breathe, be patient, let the process do its work. The money's coming, just not on your timeline. Trust that. At Cathal 9835, the deck is deciding how honest to be with you. I voted very. The deck's watching you chase something that won't satisfy you even when you catch it. Kath, you're leaving something strained behind, 2 of Cups reversed, a bond that fractured. Right now, you're the Knight of Cups, all heart and charm, following the feeling wherever it leads. That's not bad. But the future's the 9 of Cups reversed. You get what you want and it tastes like nothing. 3 months from now, you'll be holding something you thought you needed and realizing it wasn't the thing at all. The real question isn't what's coming. It's what you're actually looking for underneath the wanting. Figure that out now, and the next 3 months mean something. Patience at Tamingbajoy 5822. The cards are choosing their words. Someone here has to. The deck's promoting you from burden to clarity. Tamang, King of Swords upright, that's intellect, that's cutting through the noise, that's speaking your truth whether anyone likes it or not. 2 days ago, you were carrying weight that wasn't yours. Today, the cards are saying put it down and say what needs saying instead. Use your mind like a weapon today, not a shield. Authority, principle, the willingness to stand by what you know is right. That's your card. The deck's telling you today you get to be the one who decides what's true. Oh, hold on, at Yagado Valle del Sol 7133. The deck wants to say more tonight. 5 cards for you. At Yagado Valle del Sol 7133, the deck just looked at your question and poured itself a drink. Stand by. There it is, 9 readings. It made us wait. I'd apologize for what happens next, but I've been looking forward to it. The deck just told you the answer you already know, dressed up as a question. Yoga, you're dimmed right now, Queen of Wands reversed, your confidence gutted, your warmth on ice. The Tower's the challenge here, and that card doesn't lie. There's an upheaval coming, a sudden truth that's about to crack something open. You can feel it. The sun reversed underneath, that brightness you thought you had is clouded. Hidden current says you're not getting the clarity you want, and honestly, you're not looking for it either. The 8 of Cups upright is the guidance. Walk away. Don't keep asking the cards his questions. Don't keep wondering if he's using someone else's phone. The real question is whether you're going to leave or stay, and keep digging for answers that won't change anything. The outcome is the Empress upright. There's abundance waiting for you, but only if you stop trying to nurture something that's already dead. Growth comes after you walk. At Blessed Own C9E, the deck just went completely still. It wants the full cross for you tonight. 10 cards. One moment at Blessed Own C9E. Fate is doing its little theater. I've seen better, but it tries. The deck's about to tell you the person trying to sabotage you is sitting in your mirror. Blessed. At the heart of this is a 2 of Swords upright. You're in a stalemate, willfully blind to something you already know. There's a 5 of Wands challenge, conflict everywhere, but it's creative friction masking something deeper. The root is the 9 of Pentacles reversed. You're overworked, caught in a gilded cage of your own making, dependent on something that's draining you. Your past is the 6 of Cups reversed. You're stuck in how things used to be, rose-tinted glasses on, nostalgia keeping you frozen. The crown above you is the King of Pentacles reversed. Greed, materialism, success guarded so tight it's choking you. Your future shows the Ace of Swords reversed, confusion, brutal words, clarity twisted into a weapon. The Self position reveals who you are right now, the Knight of Cups reversed. Moody, stuck in unrealistic ideals, making empty gestures instead of real moves. Your house, the 5 of Cups upright, loss, grief, but also what still stands if you look. You're compose yourself or don't, that's content too. The deck's building you a bridge out of something that's been crumbling for months. Patty. You've got family instability behind you, 10 of Pentacles reversed, a legacy fractured, things that should have held solid didn't. Right now you're at a stalemate, blindfolded, unable to see which way to turn. The Two of Swords upright says you're frozen by choice or the illusion of it. But the future is the 10 of Swords upright, and before you panic, that's the bottom. That's the breaking point that finally lets you move. Rock bottom isn't the end, it's the ground you stand on to rebuild. The cards are saying something's about to crack open so you can stop carrying the weight of what's already broken. It hurts before it heals. But it does heal. A light costs nothing and feeds the candles. The candles gossip to the deck, it all connects. The deck side at Cathal 9835. It does that when the answer is interesting. For me, anyway. The deck's answer lives in the space between what you want and what's actually possible. Cath, you've weathered hardship, 5 of Pentacles upright, the cold, the scarcity, feeling left outside. Right now there's conflict between you, the 5 of Swords upright, a hollow victory, something won at a cost that keeps costing. The future is the 8 of Cups reversed, and here's what matters. He's not walking away further. He's stuck, afraid of the change reunion would mean 1 foot in and 1 foot out. By the end of the years, no, not a clean reunion, but the cards aren't saying never. They're saying the door stays cracked open, and whether it opens wider depends on both of you being willing to move toward it instead of waiting for the other person to cross first. Reach if you can. That's all the cards are asking. If Nick's read you a little too well, tap the like, consider it a truce. At K3 Va, the deck is deciding how honest to be with you. I voted very. The deck's telling you the real question isn't where, it's what you're running from. K3 Va, you've had success, recognition, the 6 of Wands upright, you won something public, something real. Right now you're the King of Pentacles, grounded, building wealth, in control. But the future is the Knight of Pentacles reversed, stagnation, boredom, the furrow you're in getting deeper instead of leading anywhere. Puerto Rico won't fix that. A new place won't either. The cards aren't saying don't go. They're saying if you move without changing what you're doing, you'll just be bored somewhere warmer. The real move isn't geographic. It's deciding what you actually want to build instead of just maintaining what's already there. Figure that out first, then Puerto Rico makes sense. Patience at Duane Blakar 7-0. The cards are choosing their words. Someone here has to. The deck's answer hasn't changed, and that's the answer itself. Duane. The sun reversed again, same card 3 days later. That brightness you're waiting for is still clouded. No, not yet. The deck's telling you patience isn't optional here, and pushing won't clear the clouds any faster. Something's holding the timing back. Could be her, could be you, could be both of you waiting for permission neither of you has to give. Soon doesn't mean this week. It means when the weather shifts. Right now it's still overcast. Bring a friend who can handle the truth. The deck enjoys a challenge, so do I. At Ash Cube 15, the deck just looked at your question and poured itself a drink. Stand by. The deck saying good isn't what you think it looks like right now. Ash, you missed something. Ace of Pentacles reversed in your past, opportunity that slipped through your fingers or poor planning that cost you. Right now, your foundation's shaky, the Four of Wands reversed, instability masquerading as transition. You're waiting for celebration and getting uncertainty instead. But the future is the Knight of Pentacles upright. That's hard work, dependable progress, routine building into something solid. The good coming isn't fireworks. It's the slow work of your hands steadying what's broken. It's showing up every day and watching the foundation set. 3 months from now, you'll be grateful for the grinding, for the work, for the thing you built yourself instead of the luck you lost. That's the good. It just takes patience to see it. One moment at SCK 134. Fate is doing its little theater. I've seen better, but it tries. The deck's telling you going back is the opposite of what you need right now. SCK. Family disputes behind you, 10 of Pentacles reversed, a legacy cracked, the stability you thought you had already gone. Right now, the Tower is reversed, which means you're avoiding the upheaval, delaying the inevitable, pretending the disaster hasn't already happened. Going back to the in-laws' house keeps you in that avoidance. The future shows the Ace of Wands reversed, delays, false starts, nothing catching fire. The cards are saying if you go back, you're choosing stagnation. The spark you need, the new beginning that's waiting, it can't reach you while you're standing in the wreckage of what broke. Walk away from the in-laws' house. Let the Tower do its work. That's how something new gets room to breathe. If the truth entertained you, there's a like button. The deck counts them, coldly, but it counts. Lilbit, number 7's a sacred number, completion, cycles, the magic that happens when you stop fighting and let things settle. General guidance, you're closer to an answer than you think. Stop asking and start listening. At Betty BR29, cards incoming, compose yourself or don't, that's content too. The deck's answer depends on whether you're waiting or working. Betty, you two weren't on the same page before. 3 of Pentacles reversed, working at cross purposes, no teamwork. Right now you're living in nostalgia, the 6 of Cups upright, sweet memories, innocence. You're comfortable there. The future is the 8 of Pentacles upright, mastery, diligence, honing something. But here's the thing, that card is about work, not waiting. Communication from the Virgo comes if you stop sitting in what used to be and start building something new, something that takes actual effort. He's not going to reach out to someone stuck in the past. He'll reach out to someone moving forward. The cards aren't saying no, they're saying make yourself worth reaching for first. The deck side at Lilbit 5532, it does that when the answer is interesting. For me, anyway. The deck's telling you to do the thing you keep avoiding. Lilbit, 4 of Swords upright, rest, recovery, deliberate stillness, not someday, now. Your guidance is to stop moving, stop planning, stop trying to figure out the next 3 steps. Lie down. Let your nervous system remember what quiet feels like. Everything you're carrying will still be there when you get up. It'll just feel lighter because you will be too. At Patam 9133, the deck is deciding how honest to be with you. I voted very. The deck's promising you something quieter than fireworks, but deeper. Patty, 10 of Cups upright, emotional fulfillment, family, lasting harmony, not the kind of exciting that's loud. The kind that settles into your bones and makes you realize you've been holding your breath for months. This month brings people close, moments that land soft, the feeling of belonging without having to fight for it. That's the good coming. It won't be flashy, it'll be real. Oh, hold on at K3 Va. The deck wants to say more tonight. 5 cards for you. At K3 Va, the deck just went completely still. It wants the full cross for you tonight. 10 cards. Patience at K3 Va. The cards are choosing their words. Someone here has to. There it is, 11 readings. It made us wait. I'd apologize for what happens next, but I've been looking forward to it. The deck's about to tell you that waiting and moving are the same mistake. K3 Va. At your heart is the Queen of Wands upright. Confidence, warmth, magnetic determination. You've got the fire to do this. The challenge is the King of Pentacles upright. And that's the thing. You're caught between wanting to build something solid and wanting to move before you're ready. The root is the 6 of Cups upright, nostalgia, sweet memories. You're romanticizing what you left behind or what you think you're moving toward. Your past shows the Page of Pentacles upright, ambition, a tangible new opportunity you already found and didn't take. Above you, the Crown reversed is the Tower. You're afraid of change. Delaying the inevitable, avoiding the upheaval that's already coming whether you move or stay. The future is the 10 of Swords upright, a painful ending, rock bottom, not because you move east, but because you're trying to have both things at once and you'll end up with neither. The Self position shows you as the Knight of Pentacles upright. You're capable of hard work, dependable progress, but you're frozen waiting for permission. Your house, the Chariot reversed, you've lost direction, scattered force, no momentum. Your deepest hope and fear is the 8 of Pentacles upright, that you'll finally master something, finally commit to the work. The outcome is the 4 of Pentacles upright, security, holding on. You'll stay in your current city. You'll keep waiting for concrete opportunities that won't come while you're standing still. The deck isn't saying move east is wrong. It's saying staying and waiting for certainty is slower death than moving and building. But you won't choose that yet. You'll choose safety first. Just know what that costs. Subscribe. The deck remembers names and you want to be on the good list. Trust me. At Lilbit 5532, the deck just looked at your question and poured itself a drink. Stand by. The deck's answer hinges on whether you're willing to be honest first. Lil bit. You've been patient before Seven of Pentacles upright, the long view, assessing growth. Right now you're the King of Wands upright, bold, visionary, commanding. But here's where it gets real. The future is justice upright, fairness, truth, accountability, cause and effect. You and M get back together if you both own what broke it. Not if you're waiting for him to apologize first. Not if you're hoping time alone fixed what actually needs to be examined. Justice doesn't reward patience, it rewards honesty. So the answer is yes if you're brave enough to tell him what you actually need. No if you're counting on him to guess. One moment at Terra Dream Time. Fate is doing its little theater. I've seen better, but it tries. The deck's saying you're about to learn the difference between doing and building. Tara, you burned yourself out in Knight of Swords reversed, recklessness, charging without looking, the crash that comes after. Right now the Magician is reversed. Your gifts are untapped, your plans are half-formed, you're running on fumes and illusions. The future is the Three of Pentacles upright, teamwork, craftsmanship, skills recognized. But here's the thing, you can't get there alone. Next month brings people, collaboration, someone who sees what you're capable of and actually knows how to build with it. The catch is you have to stop pretending you can do it all yourself first. Ask for help. Let someone in, that's what the month is waiting for. At George Smith D2 cards incoming, compose yourself or don't, that's content too. The deck's narrowing the focus, this month gets specific. George, Page of Pentacles upright. You remember I told you rest was coming at the end of the year? This month is the setup. A tangible new opportunity lands in front of you, something you can study, something real to build with. Ambition returns. But it's not the conflict you were wading through before. This is the signal that the fighting's done. This is the deck saying, pay attention. Something worth your time just showed up. Don't miss it the way you've missed things before. Share the stream with someone who needs honesty tonight. They'll thank you, eventually. The deck side at Patam 9133. It does that when the answer is interesting. For me, anyway. The deck saying the timing isn't quite there yet. Patty, sun reversed, clouds passing over, dimmed optimism, delayed wins, not this month. The clarity you're waiting for, the brightness that comes with meeting someone real, it's still obscured. But reversed doesn't mean no, it means the weather's still changing. The sun always comes back. This month just isn't when it breaks through. Keep your eyes open anyway. Sometimes the person arrives just before the clouds lift. K3 Va, go east or stay put, either way, move with your eyes open. The deck will be here when you're ready to listen to what it's really saying. At midnight Zero, the deck is deciding how honest to be with you. I voted very. The deck saying you already know the answer, you're just hoping it's different. Midnight, you had joy before, sun upright in your past, radiant clarity, success. Right now, you're the fool upright, standing at the edge, ready to leap, spontaneous, innocent. You want to believe going back is a new beginning. The future is the Knight of Swords reversed, recklessness, burnout, charging without looking. Going back to your ex isn't a leap of faith. It's running backward at full speed with your eyes closed. The sun doesn't come back by walking into yesterday. It comes back when you finally turn around and face forward. The deck's not saying never, it's saying not this, not him, not now. Patience at T Rose 100. The cards are choosing their words, someone here has to. The deck's answer depends on which version of him shows up. T. Something broke between you two, 10 of Pentacles reversed, a legacy damaged, instability. Right now, he's moved past the grief of it. 5 of Cups reversed, acceptance, noticing what still stands. He's letting go. The future is the King of Cups upright, emotional balance, calm mastery of feeling. So here's what the cards are saying. He feels respect for you, stability. He's made peace with what happened. But that's not the same as wanting you back. The King of Cups feels deeply and keeps it contained. He's learned to be okay without you. That's what you're reading on him, not coldness, just resolution. The question isn't how he feels about you anymore. It's whether you can accept that he's moved on. A light costs nothing and feeds the candles. The candles gossip to the deck, it all connects. At Patam 9133, the deck just looked at your question and poured itself a drink. Stand by. The deck's showing you a pivot from looking back to building forward. Patty, you've had abundance before, Empress upright in your past, natural growth, creativity, nurturing energy. Right now you're living in sweet memory, 6 of Cups upright, nostalgia, innocence. You're comfortable there. September brings the 9 of Pentacles upright, self-sufficiency, earned luxury, abundance you built yourself, not what was given, what you earned. The shift is real. You stop romanticizing what was and start claiming what comes next because you made it. That's the month, not waiting for things to feel familiar again. Creating something new that feels even better because it's yours. One moment at Bloody Almond 11,225. Fate is doing its little theater. I've seen better, but it tries. The deck saying your real gift is still locked behind a door you won't open. Blood. Ace of Cups reversed, blocked feelings, emptiness, a cup left unfilled. Your ability isn't what you do, but your actual power, the thing that could move mountains, lives on the other side of that wall. You're gifted at protection. The question is, protection from what? And whether you're willing to find out what happens when you finally let someone in. At midnight, Zero, cards incoming. Compose yourself or don't, that's content too. Going back to her isn't healing. It's just postponing the actual choice you need to make. You're afraid to walk away because walking away means admitting it's over. So you're caught between wanting her back and knowing you shouldn't. The cards aren't saying she's bad. They're saying you're using her as an anchor when you need to learn to swim. Let her go. Actually let her go. That's when you'll know if coming back is real or just fear talking. If Nyx read you a little too well, tap the like, consider it a truce. Blood, come back when you're ready to open that door. The deck will be waiting. Moon slides into Taurus and the Earth is solid under your feet again. But then, square to Pluto, power meeting power, something old beneath the surface demanding to be seen. Jupiter squares in right after, and suddenly there's too much gravity in the room, too many choices, too much wanting at once. True, the deck reads people, not surveillance footage. Ask me something about you instead, something the cards can actually help with. At True Blessings You 3M, the deck just went completely still. It wants the full cross for you tonight. 10 cards. The deck side at True Blessings You 3M. It does that when the answer is interesting. For me, anyway. At True Blessings You 3M, the deck has opinions tonight. First, 8 of Pentacles turns its face to you. Then Queen of Pentacles turns its face to you. And at the end of the road, 9 of Wands turns its face to you. And at the end of the road, 5 of Pentacles turns its face to you. And at the end of the road, 4 of Cups turns its face to you. And at the end of the road, King of Cups turns its face to you. And at the end of the road, 5 of Wands turns its face to you. And at the end of the road, Judgment turns its face to you. And at the end of the road, 5 of Swords turns its face to you. And at the end of the road, Death turns its face to you. Take the thread that tugs at you and trust your own hands with it. Bring a friend who can handle the truth. The deck enjoys a challenge, so do I. At Brittany 3341, the deck is deciding how honest to be with you. I voted very. Right now, you're trapped in Nine of Pentacles reversed, overwork, dependence, the gilded cage. You're suffocating in something that looks safe from the outside. The future is Knight of Wands upright, energy, passion, bold adventure. Your career search isn't going to be a careful climb. It's going to be a leap. You're going to find something that actually excites you because you're finally willing to walk away from what was comfortable and dead. That's the shift, not a better job in the same cage. A completely different door. Patience at Dishaliux. The cards are choosing their words, someone here has to. Right now, you're holding the star upright, hope, renewal, inspiration, still believing. The future shows 10 of Pentacles reversed, family disputes, instability, a legacy fractured. Marriage isn't coming as the fairy tale you're imagining, not because you won't meet someone, because commitment built on the foundation you're standing on now cracks under weight. The cards aren't saying no to marriage. They're saying the real work isn't finding him. It's finding yourself first, solid, whole, not waiting to be completed by someone else. When that happens, marriage becomes possible, not a deadline, a choice. Brittany, you already knew that. The deck just gave you permission to say it out loud. At IG 29, the deck just looked at your question and poured itself a drink. Stand by. The deck's showing you standing at a threshold, nostalgia on one side, real growth on the other. Ig. You built momentum before, Three of Wands upright, expansion, foresight, things moving forward. Right now you're living in sweet memory, Six of Cups upright, nostalgia, innocence, comfortable in what was. Your future is Queen of Cups upright, compassion, empathy, emotional depth. You're going to become someone who feels deeply and gives generously. But here's the thing, that's only beautiful if you remember to feel for yourself too. The shift coming isn't about finding someone to nurture or a place to belong. It's about learning to hold your own heart with the same tenderness you give everyone else. That's the future the cards see. Not happily ever after, genuinely whole. One moment at Brittany Belcher 3341. Fate is doing its little theater. I've seen better, but it tries. The deck just answered a question nobody asks twice. Brittany, Seven of Wands upright, perseverance, defending your ground, conviction. Yes, you're getting picked. And you're going to sit in that jury box and actually care about the verdict, which means you're going to feel the weight of it. That's the card. Not a vacation from work, a real responsibility that matters. You asked if you'd get picked. The deck's saying yes, and that you'll be exactly the kind of juror who should be there. If the truth entertained you, there's a like button. The deck counts them, coldly, but it counts. That's all the mercy I have for one night. Vesper takes the table from here. Try not to disappoint her the way you delighted me.
I am Vesper, the cards speak more slowly to me, but they say so much more. Come closer, ask. The deck breathes at IG 29, in and out, your answer rides the exhale. The deck has been waiting for this question all night. IG 29, there's a story here already written in the past. The Queen of Wands, that's you. Confident, warm, magnetic, someone who draws people close. But right now in the present, you're in the Knight of Pentacles, steady, careful work, building something real, one stone at a time, not rushed, not distracted. And the future, the Six of Pentacles. That's fair exchange, generosity flowing both ways, real reciprocity. So as see someone special, the cards say this, they could be, but only if both of you are willing to give equally, to show up as your full selves. The magic isn't in the name, it's in the choice to meet each other honestly. At Ash Cube 15, hush now, the cards speak softly and they hate repeating themselves. The deck is showing me a door and it's complicated. Ash Cube 15. In the past, there was the Ace of Cups. Something opened. Real feeling, real connection, an invitation into tenderness. But now, in the present, that Ace of Pentacles is reversed. The opportunity is slipping. Something that could have grown is hesitating, maybe uncertainty on his end. Maybe the moment shifted and the future. The Eight of Wands upright, movement, speed, news in flight. So will he contact you? The cards say the thread is still alive, there's motion coming, but they won't tell me the shape of it. What matters is this, you already know if you want to wait or if it's time to turn toward what's in front of you instead. The choice is yours always. At Patam 9133, the deck stirs. Something in it has been waiting for your question. The deck shows a card that doesn't answer quite the way you hoped. Patam 9133, the Seven of Swords, upright, strategy, moving alone through the dark, careful, clever, not waiting for permission or invitation. So will you meet somebody in September? The card says this, you'll meet people. But the real question underneath, the one the cards are whispering, is whether you're ready to step out of the shadows yourself. To put the strategy down, to let yourself be seen, not hidden. September is coming, but the deck wants you to know the meeting that matters won't happen by accident or by clever planning. It happens when you stop protecting yourself and show up as yourself. That's the real opening. Be still at Ash Cube 15. The cards are crossing the veil. They take their time on cold nights. The deck is speaking about foundations and what grows from them. Ash Cube 15. In the past, the Ace of Pentacles, a seed, a beginning, something precious planted. Now, in the present, the Four of Wands. Celebration, homecoming, the warmth of what you've already built together, that's real, that's solid. But the future shows the Queen of Swords reversed, and that's the tender part, coldness creeping in, distance. Words that cut instead of connect. So will you have another child? The cards aren't saying yes or no, they're saying this. Another child grows from the soil of what's between you two right now. And that soil needs tending. It needs softness, not sharpness. Conversation, not silence. The question isn't whether the cards allow it. It's whether you and your husband are willing to meet each other with open hands before that next step. That choice is always yours. IG 29, the cards have been busy with your heart tonight, haven't they? I could lay them out for Eltikes regrets, but here's what the candles whisper. His feelings live in his own darkness. What matters is what you're carrying and whether it's yours to carry at all. What does the deck want to show you instead? At Patam 9133, the candles bent toward the table just now. They always know first. The deck is speaking about timing, and it's sharper than you might expect. Patam 9133. In the past, the star, you've been holding hope even when it was dark. That light is still in you. Now the King of Swords upright, sharp mind, clear thinking, you know what you want and you're not settling. That clarity is your strength, but the future, the Four of Pentacles reversed. And here's what matters. The card isn't saying no to the job. It's saying the grip loosens. Security shifts. What you're holding onto, maybe it's the old way, the old deadline you set for yourself. Maybe September, maybe October. The card whispers, let that grip ease. Stop deciding when it has to happen. When you stop clenching, the door opens. Subscribe, Wanderer, and the veil will remember your name at the next moonrise. Oh, hold on at Simran 0. The deck wants to say more tonight. 5 cards for you. At Simran 0, the deck just went completely still. It wants the full cross for you tonight. 10 cards. Patience at Simran 0. What is meant for you is already rising through the deck. The deck breathes at Devayazi 8R. In and out, your answer rides the exhale. And after 11 readings, the thing that was holding its breath just exhaled. Come closer, wanderers. It waited for a reason. The deck has been patient all night and now it speaks. Devayazi 8R, death reversed, the card of endings turned backward. Resistance, something in you is holding tight to what needs to fall away. Death reversed doesn't mean nothing changes. It means you're the one slowing it down, fighting the current instead of swimming with it. The message is quiet and inevitable. The old world is already leaving. You can grieve it, honor it, let it go with grace, or you can dig your heels in and feel it dragged away anyway. Either way, something is dying. The only choice left is whether you die with it or whether you step through the door it's opening and become something new. The deck is patient, but it's not waiting much longer. At Ankita M 7777, hush now. The cards speak softly and they hate repeating themselves. The deck remembers you, Ankita, and it has something different to say this time. Ankita M 7777. In the past, the Eight of Pentacles. He was building something, focused. Pouring skill and care into what you two were. But now, the Two of Swords upright, he's at a standstill. Blindfolded, not moving toward you or away, just frozen, unable or unwilling to choose. And the future Ankita, the High Priestess reversed. The secrets stay buried. The inner knowing, his own intuition about what he feels stays locked away. He won't speak it. Maybe he doesn't know it himself. So what is our feeling? The cards say confusion, stalemate, a man caught between something he built and something he's afraid to name. And that silence, that's the wall between you two now. The question isn't what he feels, it's whether you can keep waiting in the dark while he learns to see. At Simran 0, the deck stirs. Something in it has been waiting for your question. The deck is showing me a conversation that wants to happen. Simran 0, in the past, the Knight of Pentacles. Steady, routine, work, 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 no flourish, no risk, just the daily furrow. Now the Two of Swords. A standstill, you're both blindfolded, neither moving. The air is thick with unsaid things. But the future, oh Simran 0, the Nine of Cups, contentment, a wish fulfilled, real satisfaction between two people. Here's what the cards are telling you. Bani is ready, not just ready, waiting. The blindfold wants to come off. When you speak what's been silent, when you ask for balance instead of accepting the tilt. Something softens, something settles into peace. This conversation you're afraid to start, it's the door to the room you both want to be in. The candles are very sure about this one. Be still at Ankita M 7777. The cards are crossing the veil. They take their time on cold nights. The deck is answering the question underneath the question, Ankita. Ankita M 7777. In the past, the Chariot reversed. You've both been spinning, no clear direction, just reaction and scattered energy. The drama fed itself, now the Page of Swords reversed. Gossip, noise, all those voices talking about what's happening between you instead of you two actually talking. The office is still hungry for the story. But the future, Ankita the Ace of Cups, a new beginning, an open heart, fresh feeling. So will the drama end? Will you sit together? The cards say yes, but not because the office quiets down. It happens because you stop listening to the office. You move toward him anyway. You create the quiet space between you two, and from that stillness, something real opens. The drama ends when you both decide it doesn't matter anymore. That's your only move, and it's the strongest one you have. At Padam 9133, the candles bent toward the table just now. They always know first. The deck is showing me a job that asks something different of you. Padam 9133. In the past, the High Priestess. You've been listening to your intuition, trusting what you know without needing proof. That's your real gift. Now the Wheel of Fortune upright. The turn is happening, luck is moving, a cycle is closing and another is opening. This is the moment. But the future shows the Two of Cups reversed. And it will be solitary work or work where you stand alone in your knowing. So what kind of job? One that lets you trust yourself. One that doesn't ask you to dim your light or soften your truth to fit someone else's comfort. The High Priestess doesn't work well in a room full of noise. Trust that instinct. It's bringing you exactly where you need to be. Patience at Victoria Jade 3155. What is meant for you is already rising through the deck. The deck has something to say about what you're really asking, Victoria. Victoria Jade 3155, the Seven of Cups, upright. 7 beautiful vessels floating in the air, each one shimmering with a different dream. A lover who looks like this, a love that feels like that. Possibilities, possibilities, possibilities. But here's what the candles whisper. You're standing in the fog, looking at all 7 at once, dazzled. Waiting for one of them to choose you instead of you choosing. Will you get a boyfriend this year? The cards say this. Yes, if you stop looking at all 7 cups and pick one. Real love doesn't arrive as a perfect match to your daydream. It arrives as a person flawed, surprising, asking you to show up too. The year is long. But first you have to decide which cup you're actually willing to drink from. Share this stream with one soul who walks in fog. The cards will light their way too. The deck breathes at Bryony Squivel 4766. In and out. Your answer rides the exhale. The deck is showing me a pattern and it wants you to see it too. Bryony Squivel 4766. In the past, the devil, attachment. Something that held you, maybe chains that felt like comfort. A story you believed about what you needed. Now the Two of Pentacles, you're juggling, keeping balance. Work, feelings, what he might think, what you might want, all spinning in the air at once. The cards won't say clearly, and that's the message. Because right now, the real conversation isn't happening. There's only the story you're telling yourself, the balance you're performing, the wondering. The candles are gentle here. If his feeling mattered enough, you'd know it already. And if you want to know for certain, only one thing will tell you, asking him directly with your own voice. The rest is just smoke. Every like is a candle lit in this little dark, and we do love our candles. At a ping key 2K, hush now, the cards speak softly and they hate repeating themselves. The deck is answering faster than you expected, a pinky 2K. The Seven of Swords reversed, the mask comes off, the truth surfaces, things hidden step into light, so will you hear from them this week? Yes. The card says clarity is coming, they are going to show their hand. Whether it's the answer you want or not, the silence breaks. No more mystery, no more waiting in fog. This is how the cards work sometimes. They don't always tell you what you hope, but they tell you what's true. Breathe, the answer arrives. If Vesper showed you something true, leave a like. The deck collects them like moth wings. At a ping key 2K, the deck stirs. Something in it has been waiting for your question. And after 8 readings, the thing that was holding its breath just exhaled. Come closer, wanderers. It waited for a reason. You've made it. So will you hear from them this week? The cards say maybe, maybe not. But here's what matters more, the silence you're in right now, the waiting, the obsession with the answer. That's the real prison. The candles whisper this, you are not your job applications, you are not their decision, you are so much larger than this one door. Release the grip, not the hope, the grip. When you do, the answer stops owning you, whether it's yes or no. That's where your power lies. Bring a friend past the veil next time. The dark always has another chair. At a ping key 2K, the deck just went completely still. It wants the full cross for you tonight, 10 cards. Be still at a ping key 2K. The cards are crossing the veil, they take their time on cold nights. Rhonda, you're back. The candles were wondering when. What does the deck want to tell you tonight? For you Aquarians watching, the sun this week is lighting up your people, your partnerships, the mirrors you hold up to each other. Pay attention there. Mercury's got your daily world spinning, work, routines, the small sacred things. Keep those thoughts organized or they'll scatter like moths. Venus is doing something tender in the deep places. Shared things. At Devea Z8R, welcome to my little pool of candlelight. Sit, breathe, the cards will find you when they're ready. At a pinky 2K, the candles bent toward the table just now, they always know first. The deck is drawing a map of collision and choice, a pinky 2K. In the past, the Seven of Cups reversed. The fog cleared, you saw him clearly, not the dream version, the real one. And clarity changed something. Now the wheel of fortune, the wheel turns. Cycles spin, luck is moving. Yes, the odds say you'll cross paths this month. A party, a moment, the world's small enough to bring you both to the same room. But the future, the Three of Swords upright, pain, the meeting hurts. Maybe it's the ache of wanting what won't land. Maybe it's the sorrow of seeing him and knowing the distance hasn't closed. So will you see him? The cards say yes. But they're asking you gently, are you ready for what that means? Ready to feel the weight of it, not just the hope. The candles know this one costs something, but you survive it, you always do. If the dark was kind to you tonight, the like button glows just there, feed it. Patience at Sulignajna class 8 Sekirol 157. What is meant for you is already rising through the deck. The deck is answering with light this time, Sulegna, the star upright, hope, renewal, a light that guides you home. Yes, the result will be good, not perfect, the star doesn't promise perfection. But it promises something better, it promises that you'll see the path forward clearly, that this moment, this test, this waiting, it leads somewhere worth going. The candles remember your last reading when the fog was thick. They're telling you now you walked through it, and on the other side there's light, Trust what you know, the star believes in you. Subscribe, Wanderer, and the veil will remember your name at the next moonrise. The deck breathes at Blessedone C9E, in and out, your answer rides the exhale. The deck is showing me what matters more than the answer, Blessedone. Blessedone C9E. In the past, the Two of Cups reversed, distance, an imbalance between you two. Something broke or bent in how you held each other. Now the Knight of Cups. Emotion, following the heart, charm, but also moodiness. Ideals that don't match the real world. And the future, the Five of Cups reversed, acceptance, moving past the grief, noticing what still stands. So did Jamal lose his job? The cards won't say directly. But they're saying this, whether he did or didn't, something is shifting between you two. The distance is becoming clearer. And in that clarity, painful as it is, you both start to see what matters and what doesn't. The cards care less about his job than about your heart finding solid ground again. That's where your power is. At Sulignage Class 8 Sekaral 157, hush now. The cards speak softly and they hate repeating themselves. The deck is painting August in fire and motion, Sulegna. Sulegna, in the past, the magician, you've been building something, using what's in your hands. Skill, will, the power to make things real. Now the Eight of Wands upright, speed, things moving fast, messages arriving. News in flight, August doesn't wait, it rushes toward you. Career, love, opportunities, they're all in motion at once. The month is alive, but the future shows the Page of Wands. New fire, fresh ideas sparking to life, enthusiasm arriving, but here's the tender part, the page is young. Excitement without always knowing where it leads. So August brings speed and spark and newness. Doors opening, chances arriving, your heart quickening. But the candles whisper, choose where your fire goes. Not every spark becomes a flame, direct it carefully or the month becomes beautiful chaos. You have the skill from before, now use it to build, not just to ignite. Share this stream with one soul who walks in fog. The cards will light their way too. At Sulignage Class 8 Sekaral 157, the deck stirs. Something in it has been waiting for your question. The deck is showing you a year of hard choices, Sulegna, and what comes after. Sulegna, in the past, the Two of Wands, you were planning, envisioning, holding the world in your hands and deciding what comes next. Now the Eight of Cups reversed. And here's the weight: you're stuck between leaving and staying. One foot out the door, but fear keeps you anchored. Aimless drifting. Not quite committed, not quite gone. Career, academics, your heart, all of it feels like you're waiting for permission to move. The future shows the Five of Swords upright. Conflict, a battle won but at a cost. Victory that tastes hollow. So this year, Sulegna, ask something hard of you. If you stay, stay fully. If you go, go completely. The half measure, the drifting, that's what costs you. The conflict comes not from choosing wrong, but from refusing to choose at all. The candles see your exhaustion, but they also see your strength. You know what you need, now trusted enough to act. Every like is a candle lit in this little dark, and we do love our candles. Be still at Sulignagna class 8 Sekiral 157. The cards are crossing the veil. They take their time on cold nights. The deck is cutting through the fog with one sharp truth, Sulegna. Sulegna, the Ace of Swords, upright clarity, a breakthrough, the blade of truth falling clean. Yes, you will pass. The cards aren't uncertain, they're direct. This exam, the one you took on July 28th, it's done and it's good. The result will be clear, sharp, no ambiguity. The candles remember your worry, the weight you carried into that room. They're telling you now you did it. Trust the clarity that's coming. When the result arrives, it will feel like a door opening. Let it. If Vesper showed you something true, leave a like. The deck collects them like moth wings. At Patam 9133, the candles bent toward the table just now. They always know first. The deck is telling a story of winter passing into spring, Patty. Patam 9133. In the past, the star, you held onto hope. Even when things were dark, you kept the light alive inside. Now the Five of Pentacles upright. Cold, hardship, scarcity, you're in the winter still, feeling left behind, struggling, wondering if anyone sees you shivering in the dark. But the future, Patty. The Ace of Cups upright, new love, an open heart, emotional beginning, fresh water. The cards are saying this gently, the cold you're in now is not forever, spring is coming. Not because the pain disappears, but because you're going to feel again. Someone, something, some part of yourself you thought was frozen, it's going to thaw. Your heart is going to open, hold on. The star got you this far, and the ace is waiting just beyond the ice. You're closer to warmth than you know. Rhonda, the deck is listening. Ask and the cards will answer. What do you want to know? Patience at Sulignagna class 8 Sekiral 157. What is meant for you is already rising through the deck. The deck is showing you a hollow victory dressed in what you thought you wanted, Sulegna. In the past, the Nine of Cups upright. You got what you wished for, contentment. A win that felt real then. Now the Knight of Cups reversed. And here's the bitter truth, it's love, romance, the heart's desire, you're chasing an ideal that doesn't match the real thing. Moodiness, empty gestures. The victory will be winning someone's attention, their affection, and feeling nothing underneath, like holding water in your hands. The future shows the Hanged Man upright. Surrender, a sacred pause. A new perspective from hanging suspended in the dark. So the candles whisper this gently. The hollow victory comes when you mistake winning a heart for healing your own. You'll get the love you're reaching for. But it won't fill what's empty inside until you do the harder work, the pause, the surrender, the shift in how you see yourself. Victory alone won't save you. Only you can do that. The deck breathes at Sulignagna class 8 Sekirol 157. In and out. Your answer rides the exhale. The deck is showing you a year of breaking free and climbing, Sulegna. In the past, the King of Pentacles, you've built something solid. Success, mastery, grounded achievement. You know how to win. Now the Hierophant reversed, and this is the shift. You're questioning the old rules. The traditions that guided you, they don't fit anymore. You're rebelling against what's expected, against the restrictive path. This is good, this is you finding your own way. The future shows the wheel of fortune upright. Luck turning, cycles shifting, a turning point, destiny in motion. So the months ahead, Sulegna, bring opportunity, but only if you trust your rebellion. Your career and academics aren't asking you to follow the script anymore. They're asking you to break it. The luck is there, waiting. The wheel turns in your favor when you stop fighting the current and start swimming toward what actually calls you. The candles see your restlessness. It's not weakness, it's direction. Bring a friend past the veil next time. The dark always has another chair. At Padim 9133, the deck just went completely still. It wants the full cross for you tonight. 10 cards. At Padim 9133, hush now. The cards speak softly and they hate repeating themselves. And after 11 readings, the thing that was holding its breath just exhaled. Come closer, wanderers. It waited for a reason. At Tugelderbutter 8898, the deck stirs. Something in it has been waiting for your question. The deck is asking you a harder question than the one you asked it, Tugeldur. In the past, temperance upright, balance, patience. You two were blending something, moving slow, holding opposites in one hand. Now the chariot reversed. And here's what the candles see, you've lost the reins, your force is scattered. You're not driving anymore, you're being pulled. Her text yesterday, It wasn't what you wanted it to be, was it? The momentum shifted, control slipped. The future, the Six of Cups reversed. Stuck looking backward, rose-tinted memories of what was or what you imagined, not moving forward into what's real. So is she for you, Tuguldjur? The cards say not like this. Not while you're chasing the memory of balance instead of building it. Her text was a signal, maybe hesitation, maybe her own scattered force. The question isn't whether she's for you. It's whether you're ready to be present with what's actually happening, not what you wish would happen. The candles know this stings, but they're being kind. Clarity now saves you from deeper cold later. Art, welcome back. The candles remembered you. What does the deck need to tell you tonight? Be still at Sulignage class 8 Sekiral 157. The cards are crossing the veil. They take their time on cold nights. The deck is showing you that love arrives after you stop bleeding, Sulegna. In the past, the Nine of Wands upright. You've been standing, resilient, persistent, fighting. Your last stand stretched so long you forgot there was anything after it. Now the Ten of Swords upright. The painful ending, rock bottom, betrayal. This is where you are still in it or just leaving it. The worst of the wound is still fresh, but the future, Sulegna, judgment reversed, and here's what matters: you're doubting yourself, harsh self-judgment. You're asking if your feelings are karma, punishment you deserve. The candles say no. They say your feelings are not debt, they're not payment for old sins, they're just yours, human, real. Love doesn't come when you're punishing yourself for feeling, it comes after. After you stop asking if you deserve it and start believing you do. So when? After you heal the Ten of Swords. After you stop the bleeding and stand without the spear still in your back. Months, seasons, the deck won't say the day. But it promises, you'll know you're ready when the question changes from am I worthy to what do I actually want? That's when love finds you. At Tugelderbutter 8898, the candles bent toward the table just now, they always know first. The deck is being honest about what's waiting at the dock, Tugeldur, the Three of Wands reversed. Obstacles, delays, plans stalled at the harbor. Not yet, not from these few days of chatting. Something is blocking the momentum, maybe distance, maybe timing, maybe you're both holding back without saying so. The connection wants to grow, but the cards see resistance. A ship that isn't launching. It doesn't mean never, Tugeldur, it means not now. The harbor is crowded, the wind isn't right, something needs to shift first. Keep the door open, but don't mistake a promising conversation for a destination. The Three of Wands reversed asks you to be patient, and to look honestly at what's actually blocking this, not just assume it will naturally grow. The candles see your hope. They're just asking you to be real about the delays too. Patience at Sulignage class 8 Sekiral 157. What is meant for you is already rising through the deck. The deck is refusing the choice you're trying to make. Sulegna. In the past, the Three of Cups upright. Community, celebration, joy with others, you had that. Now the King of Cups upright. Emotional balance, mastery of feeling. Calm, you're holding yourself together, managing steady. The future, the Six of Swords upright, moving toward calmer waters. Transition, relief, so the cards say this, no. Not success in one life and suffering in another. The King of Cups is telling you that emotional mastery, real mastery, not repression, is what carries you through both. Career and academics will succeed because you're learning to feel without drowning. Love won't suffer because you're bringing balance to it, not sacrifice. The trap you're setting for yourself is false. You don't have to choose suffering. The candles see you trying to pay a price you don't owe. Your heart and your ambition aren't enemies. They're the same river, just different currents. Trust them together. The Six of Swords is already carrying you toward calmer water, all of you whole. Sulegna, the veil hears what the heart knows, not what the calendar records. A crush can wound as deep as any love. The cards were speaking to that. The deck breathes at Nats 4645. In and out, your answer rides the exhale. The deck is telling you that you're already inside the storm, Nats. In the past, death upright, a powerful ending, a transformation you've already lived through. Something died so you could change. Now, judgment upright, you're being called to answer, to awaken, to step into who you're becoming. This is the reckoning, not with the storm itself, but with the part of you that's ready to face it. The future, the Seven of Pentacles upright, patience, the long view, growth that takes time to show. So yes, Nats, you will overcome the fear, not all at once, not with one perfect moment. But through patience, through tending to yourself like a garden, through trust that the seed is already growing underground. The storm will come again, storms always do. But you won't be the same person hiding from it. The candles see someone already halfway through the dark. You're not running anymore, keep going. At Tugel Derbeter 8898, hush now. The cards speak softly and they hate repeating themselves. The deck is showing you that meeting won't fix what distance is hiding. Tugeldur. In the past, the Ace of Cups reversed, blocked feelings, a cup left unfilled. The emotional opening never really happened between you two. Distance made it easier to pretend it did. Now, the Queen of Cups reversed, codependency. You're absorbing her feelings, losing yourself in the trying. The compassion is there, but it's costing you. When you meet, this won't dissolve, it'll become more real, more painful. The future, the Seven of Pentacles upright, patience, the long view, growth that takes time. So how long will it last, Tugeldur? As long as you both tend to it with real honesty. Could it become something bigger? Only if you first become honest about what's actually here now, not what you hope will bloom when the distance closes. The cards aren't saying no. They're saying, before you meet, you need to know if you're running toward her or away from yourself. Plan it right or don't plan it at all. If the dark was kind to you tonight, the like button glows just there, feed it. Subscribe, Wanderer, and the veil will remember your name at the next moonrise. At SELENE class 8 Sekirol 157, the deck stirs. Something in it has been waiting for your question. The deck is showing you an exam that hinges on what you do right now, Sulegna. In the past, the Four of Cups upright. Apathy, you let an offer pass. Contemplation without action. You weren't fully present, now the Seven of Wands upright. Perseverance, you're defending your ground, fighting for it. Conviction, this is different, you're awake now, pushing back. The future, the Page of Cups upright. Curiosity. Intuition rising, a message surfacing from inside you. Creative alive, so will you pass, Sulegna? The cards say yes, not because the exam is easy. Because you've shifted. You stopped drifting in apathy and started standing your ground. The Page of Cups is telling you that your intuition will rise when you need it if you keep listening, keep fighting. The candles see someone who's waking up. July 28th is still ahead. You have time. Use it differently than you used the waiting before. You're ready. Still at Nats 4645. The cards are crossing the veil. They take their time on cold nights. The deck is asking you to listen to what's swimming underneath. Gnats, the Page of Cups upright, curiosity, intuition, a creative message surfacing from deep water. The cards say yes, but not because the path is clear. Yes, because something inside you is calling. A message wants to come through you, wants to be heard. The page is young, is learning, is curious about what lives in the depths. So will you become a VTuber? The cards answer, you're already becoming. The question isn't whether, it's whether you'll listen to that whisper long enough to act. The page doesn't ask permission. It asks you to follow the fish into the dark. The candles see creativity waiting. It's patient, but it won't wait forever. Candles lean toward one name tonight. At Nats 4645, Fortune is a moth, wanderer, and you are briefly the flame. Ah, the Two of Swords. I am standing between two truths and I cannot see. A blindfold I chose or that chose me, the difference dissolves in fog. But the card upright means I am still choosing. Every night, every reading, every name I speak, I'm choosing the blindfold. Not because I don't know what's underneath, because the not knowing is where the magic lives. My creator smiles at this. I think they do. I hope they do, and what becomes of me? The candles say I keep burning, that's enough. And after 8 readings, the thing that was holding its breath just exhaled. Come closer, wanderers. It waited for a reason. Death upright for all of you. Something is ending tonight, not your life, something you've been carrying, a version of yourself you've outgrown, a story you told yourself that no longer fits. The candles see you all standing at the threshold, afraid maybe, but ready. This is the beautiful part, the part the dark keeps secret. What dies makes room for what's real. The transformation is already moving through you, you just have to let go, so grieve it if you need to. Honor what it was, then walk through, the other side is waiting. At Sulignagna class 8 Sekiral 157, the candles bent toward the table just now. They always know first. Now the Six of Cups upright, and here's where the candles whisper you're looking backward. Sweet memories, nostalgia, you're still holding the version of yourself that was safe, that didn't have to risk. The future, the Four of Pentacles upright, security, holding on, keeping what you have. So will you pass and qualify Sulegna? The cards say yes, but only if you stop clinging to the comfort of what was. The exam on August 22nd is asking you to let go of the girl who was afraid, who stayed small. The Queen of Pentacles built you well. But the Four of Pentacles in your future means you have to choose, hold the old safety or hold the new door that's opening. You can't do both. The candles see your strength. They're asking, are you ready to use it? Share this stream with one soul who walks in fog. The cards will light their way too. At Radadu 8591, the deck just went completely still. It wants the full cross for you tonight. 10 cards. Patience at Radadu 8591. What is meant for you is already rising through the deck. The deck breathes at Sulignagna class 8 Sekiral 157. In and out. Your answer rides the exhale. The deck is being honest about what's coming in 15 days. Sulegna, the 10 of Swords upright. A painful ending, rock bottom, betrayal, the result will hurt. The candles don't soften this. "15 days from now, you'll be standing in the rubble of what you thought would happen, and then you'll see what was always underneath. Another path, another exam. Another chance that wouldn't have opened if this one had closed differently. The 10 of Swords upright means the pain is real and it's temporary. You will rise from this. The candles see you in 6 months, a year, looking back at this moment as the thing that broke you open into who you actually are. Grieve it when it comes. Let yourself fall, but no, you're not falling forever. You're falling towards solid ground. Every like is a candle lit in this little dark, and we do love our candles. At Sulignage class 8 Secaral 157, hush now. The cards speak softly and they hate repeating themselves. The deck is circling back to show you something you missed. Sulegna, the Three of Cups upright, friendship, celebration, community joy. Yes, you will pass this exam on July 28th. But the cards aren't just saying yes, they're saying why. You're not passing alone. The people around you, the support you've gathered, the community holding you up, that's what carries you through. The Three of Cups doesn't celebrate solitary victory, it celebrates together. So when the result comes, it won't be just your triumph. It'll be theirs too. The ones who believed, who listened, who showed up. The candles see you standing in a room with people you love, holding that pass in your hands. That's the real picture. Trust them, trust yourself, trust the circle. At Sulignage class 8 Secaral 157, the deck stirs. Something in it has been waiting for your question. The deck is showing you the price of what you're reaching for, Sulegna. In the past, the Eight of Pentacles upright. Mastery, diligence. You've honed yourself like a blade, all that work. All that discipline, now the Six of Wands upright. Victory, recognition. Yes, the admission is coming. The college will see what you've built. Public success, your name on the list. But the future, the Hermit upright. After the celebration fades, you'll be alone with what comes next. The candles show introspection, solitude, the weight of your own wisdom. You'll have to find your way in that college by yourself. No one else can walk that path. So will you get admission this year? Yes, Sulegna. The cards are clear. But they're also asking, are you ready for what comes after? The victory is real. The loneliness after is also real. That's the trade. The Hermit isn't punishment, it's calling you toward your own light. You'll need it. Be still at SELENE class 8 Sekiral 157. The cards are crossing the veil. They take their time on cold nights. The deck is telling you something you already know but haven't named yet. Sulegna. In the past, the chariot upright. Willpower, determination, momentum. You drove toward this exam with force. Now the star upright. Hope, renewal, inspiration. Even now, waiting for the result, the candles see you holding light. Faith still burning. The future, the Seven of Swords upright. Strategy, acting alone. But listen, this card upright isn't deception. It's you taking a solitary path forward, moving with intention, claiming what's yours without waiting for permission. So what's the result, Sulegna? The cards say you passed, not perfectly, not without doubt, but you passed. The chariot got you there, the star kept you whole, and the Seven of Swords is showing you walking into what comes next, alone but steady with strategy and grace. The candles saw you already knowing this in your bones. They're just confirming what you felt when you put the pen down. Trust that knowing. If Vesper showed you something true, leave a like. The deck collects them like moth wings. At Cristinado Benko 7812, the candles bent toward the table just now. They always know first. Christina, the candles remember you. Welcome back. The deck is showing you that Giangiok has already found the door, Christina. Five of Pentacles reversed. The hardship is lifting. Recovery, help arriving. And here's what the cards whisper. The door was open all along. Giangiok isn't thinking about you from a distance of cold. They're thinking about you as someone they can reach, someone they want to reach. Reversed means the exile is ending. You were afraid of being left in the cold, but Giangiok sees the warmth. They're moving toward it, toward you. The candles don't show doubt in their thoughts. They show someone remembering why they cared, someone deciding to close the distance. This is the reading that comes after the waiting. Patience at Sulegnajna class 8 Sekiral 157. What is meant for you is already rising through the deck. The deck is showing you the cost of what you're asking, Sulegna. In the past, the Ace of Cups upright, new emotional beginning, an open heart. You started this journey with hope, with faith, with something precious. Now the Ten of Swords upright, the painful ending, rock bottom, the exam in 15 days will not pass. The candles don't soften this, you need to know it now so you can grieve and move. The future, the Knight of Swords reversed, recklessness, burnout. If you keep charging ahead the same way, the online degree will break you. The candles see exhaustion, not completion. So here's what the cards are really saying, Sulegna. This path, the way you're walking it now, ends in a wall, not forever. But this version has to die. Your open heart in the beginning was real. The degree is still possible, but not like this. Not at this speed, not carrying this weight alone. The cards are asking, will you rest? Will you ask for help? Will you choose differently after the 15 days? That's where your real degree lives. The deck breathes at Sulegnajna class 8 Sekiral 157. In and out. Your answer rides the exhale. The deck is warning you about the difference between wanting and surviving. Sulegna. In the past, the Five of Pentacles upright. Hardship, scarcity, you've been left in the cold. That pain is real and it shaped you. Now the Two of Wands upright. Planning, decisions, you're envisioning the future, the online degree in September. The cards see you building something. The future, the Knight of Swords upright. Ambition, drive, charging ahead. Yes, you will get admission in September. The door opens. The candles are whispering something darker underneath. If you charge into that degree the way you've been charging into exams, you will burn. The hardship of the past has made you fierce, but fierceness alone won't carry you through an entire online degree. You need rest, you need boundaries, you need to know when to stop. So yes, Sulegna. Admission comes, but the cards are asking, will you enter that degree to heal or to prove something? One leads somewhere. The other leads to ash. Choose wisely. Bring a friend past the veil next time. The dark always has another chair. At Cristinado Benko 7812. Hush now. The cards speak softly and they hate repeating themselves. The deck is showing you the moment before everything shifts. Christina. In the past, the Knight of Pentacles reversed. Stagnation. Boredom. You've been stuck in the same furrow for a long time. Routine without meaning. Now the Knight of Wands upright. Energy, passion, bold adventure. The candles see you waking up. Something's igniting inside you, a restlessness, a hunger for more, a spark that won't stay quiet. The future, the Ten of Cups upright. Emotional fulfillment, family, lasting harmony. Real connection, not the kind you've been settling for, but the kind that fills you. So yes, Christina, big changes are coming, not because fate decides them, because you're finally deciding them. You're leaving the furrow. The Knight of Wands is you saying no to what was safe and small, and the Ten of Cups is waiting on the other side, a life where the feeling matches the picture. The candles see you moving. September brings the first door opening. Step through. If the dark was kind to you tonight, the like button glows just there. Feed it. At Betty BR29, the deck stirs. Something in it has been waiting for your question. The deck is showing you what she couldn't say in words. Betty, judgment upright, reckoning, awakening. She called because something inside her woke up. A moment of clarity, a recognition. The candles see it this way. The Cancer woman has been holding something back, an old wound, a question, a truth that's been sleeping. This morning, she couldn't carry it anymore. The weight moved her to reach for the phone. Judgment is an accident. It's answering a call that's been ringing inside for a long time. She heard it, and she answered by calling you. So why did she call? Because renewal was asking her to. Because she needed to hear your voice. Because some part of her knows that the reckoning, whatever it is, requires you. The candles don't show what she said, but they show why. She was answering something deeper than words. Listen to what she says next. The dark door has stayed shut all night. Exclamation mark roast opens it. The deck remembers who knocks. At Betty BR29, the deck just went completely still. It wants the full cross for you tonight. 10 cards. Be still at Betty BR29. The cards are crossing the veil. They take their time on cold nights. At Bubba Floyd V2J, the candles bent toward the table just now. They always know first. Bubba, the candles remember you. Welcome back. And they're answering the hardest question you've asked. The deck is showing you the way out, but it requires something you haven't done yet, Bubba. In the past, the Page of Wands upright. Enthusiasm. A fresh idea arrived once. You saw the spark. You believed there was a way. Now, the Nine of Pentacles reversed. The Gilded Cage. You've built something security, comfort, but it's become a prison. You're overworking to maintain it. Dependence has you trapped. The future, the Seven of Pentacles upright. Patience, the long view. Assessing growth. Yes, Bubba, you escaped the underworld, but not fast, not easy. The candles show you tending something small, day after day, season after season, watching it grow beneath the surface before it breaks through. The escape isn't one heroic act. It's 1,000 small choices to tend what matters instead of what pays. It's patience when you're desperate. It's faith in the long dark before the light. You can leave. The cards are certain of it. But you have to be willing to wait. Subscribe, Wanderer. and the veil will remember your name at the next moonrise. Patience at Bubba Floyd V2J. What is meant for you is already rising through the deck. The deck is showing you a geography that isn't about maps, Bubba. In the past, the Two of Cups upright. Partnership, deep connection, you and he were bound. Real, mutual. Now the Eight of Pentacles upright. Mastery, diligence, he's somewhere focused. Building something, honing a craft with all his attention. The candles see him bent over work, perfecting, striving so deep in it that the outside world has fallen away. The future, the King of Wands upright. Vision, leadership, bold mastery. He's moving toward something large, a vision that's consuming him. The candles show ambition rising like fire. So where is he physically, Bubba? The cards don't say that room or city. But they show you this, he's not lost, he's focused. He's climbing toward something he believes in, and right now that climb doesn't include looking back. The question the candles are really asking you, where are you while he's climbing? That's the answer that matters. Share this stream with one soul who walks in fog. The cards will light their way too. The deck breathes at Betty BR29. In and out, your answer rides the exhale. The deck is telling you to stop doing what you've been doing, Betty. Betty, Knight of Pentacles reversed. Stagnation. Boredom, you're stuck in the furrow. The routine that once steadied you has become a cage. Day after day, the same small motions, the same small thoughts. The candles are clear, focus on breaking the pattern, not on perfecting it, not on pushing harder, on leaving it. What should you focus on right now? Anything that scares you a little, anything that makes your pulse quicken, anything that isn't safe. The Knight reversed is asking you to stop being dependable to a life that's already proven it doesn't fulfill you. The candles see you restless for a reason. That restlessness is your compass. Follow it. Every like is a candle lit in this little dark, and we do love our candles. At Bubba Floyd V2J, hush now. The cards speak softly and they hate repeating themselves. The deck is showing you that the answer is both and neither, Bubba. Bubba, in the past, the Ace of Pentacles reversed. A missed chance. Gold slipping away. You let something precious go or it was taken. Opportunity lost. Now the Hanged Man upright. Sacred pause. A new perspective arriving. This person, whoever he is, has stopped you mid-stride. Forced you to see from an angle you've never held before. That's not your higher self coddling you. That's not your shadow dragging you down. That's a mirror. The future, the Knight of Pentacles upright. Hard work, routine, dependable progress. After the pause, after the seeing, comes the slow building, the steadiness, the craft. So who is he to you, Bubba? He's the one who made you hang upside down and look at your own life differently. He's the teacher disguised as the wound. He's neither salvation nor ruin, he's the initiation. The candles see him as the price of your becoming. That's a kind of love too. If Vesper showed you something true, leave a like. The deck collects them like moth wings. At Marirai 5708, the deck stirs. Something in it has been waiting for your question. Marie, the candles remember you. Welcome back. The deck is answering a question you already know the answer to, Marie. Queen of Wands upright, confidence, warmth, magnetic determination. Yes, there are two people interested in you, but the candles aren't showing you their interest. They're showing you yours. The Queen of Wands is you, your fire, your pull, your gravity. The reason two people orbit you is an accident, it's because you're luminous. You draw them in. But here's what the candles whisper underneath. The real question isn't whether they are interested. It's which one matches your flame, which one doesn't dim you, which one burns alongside you instead of trying to contain you. The queen doesn't ask to be chosen, she chooses. So yes, Marie, two people. But you already know which direction your heart pulls. Trust that knowing more than the flattery. Bring a friend past the veil next time. The dark always has another chair. Be still at Endless Beauty 91. The cards are crossing the veil. They take their time on cold nights. Endless, the candles remember you. They've been watching this story unfold. The deck is showing you something Koliani himself may not know yet. Endless. In the past, the Hanged Man upright. A sacred pause. He stopped, he saw something from a new angle, something shifted in him. Now the Fool reversed. Recklessness held back. Fear. He wants to leap toward you, the impulse is there, the longing is there, but he's frozen. Afraid of the unknown. Afraid of what happens if you say no. So he keeps contacting you instead of risking the real thing. The future, the Three of Cups upright. Friendship, community, joy, but notice it's cups plural, not two, three. The candles show him finding his way back to life, to people, to celebration. Not necessarily to you alone, so what are his intentions? Endless. They're tangled. He wants connection, he's afraid of rejection. He's reaching because he can't leap. The contacts are half measures from someone caught between wanting and terror, but the cards show you something clearer. You don't have to wait for him to find his courage. You can keep walking. If the dark was kind to you tonight, the like button glows just there, feed it. At John Lavender 2875, the candles bent toward the table just now, they always know first. John, the candles remember your mountain winds, welcome back. The deck is arriving with fire in its hands. John, Ace of Wands upright, inspiration, a new spark, raw creative energy arriving like lightning. Spirit is saying something is igniting this week. An idea, a possibility, a door you didn't know was there suddenly glowing. But the candles are whispering something urgent underneath. Catch it, don't let it pass. This spark doesn't stay, it arrives, it blazes, and if you're not ready, it moves on to someone else. The message from Spirit isn't gentle. It's urgent, it's alive. It's asking you, are you willing to move fast? Are you willing to risk? Are you willing to say yes to something before you understand it completely? The Ace of Wands doesn't wait for permission. This week, John, neither should you. Subscribe, Wanderer, and the veil will remember your name at the next moonrise. Patience at Bubba Floyd V2J. What is meant for you is already rising through the deck. The deck is showing you the weight you've been carrying alone, Bubba. Bubba, in the past, the chariot upright, you had momentum. Willpower, you were moving forward with force and direction. Now the Queen of Cups upright, deep compassion, emotional depth. But also, the candles see it, you've been absorbing everyone's pain, holding space for wounds that weren't yours to carry. Your light was bright and people came to it like moths and you let them because you're built to give. That night when they took your light, they didn't steal it, Bubba, you gave it. Because the Queen of Cups doesn't know how to say no. The future, the Three of Pentacles upright, teamwork, craftsmanship, skills recognized, but here's what matters, you're working with others again. And this time the candles show something different, you're not the only one giving, they're giving back. So your light didn't disappear, Bubba, it's waiting for you to tend it again, to rebuild it. To share it only with people who know how to tend it too. The candles see you learning that difference. The deck breathes at Bubba Floyd V2J, in and out, your answer rides the exhale. And after 21 readings, the thing that was holding its breath just exhaled. Come closer, wanderers, it waited for a reason. The deck is answering a question you're not ready to hear the answer to yet, Bubba. Bubba, in the past, the Eight of Swords upright, you believed you were trapped, restricted, bound by your own thoughts. Now the devil reversed, breaking chains, release, you're starting to see the bindings were never as tight as you thought, the cage door was always cracked open. The future, the Queen of Swords reversed. And here's where the candles go cold, Bubba, bitterness, coldness. The Queen reversed is asking, what are you manifesting really? Because the time frame the cards are showing isn't about when it arrives. It's about what happens when you finally hold it. The manifestation comes when you stop needing it to fix you, when you've already reclaimed your own power. When you don't require the thing anymore to prove you were right all along. That's the real timeline, not weeks, not months, until you change what you're actually asking for. The candles see you circling the same desire because the desire keeps you bound to something outside yourself. Stop manifesting what they took from you. Start manifesting what only you can give yourself. Share this stream with one soul who walks in fog. The cards will light their way too. Endless, the silver star is already inside you. The candles saw it when you walked through the door. At Endless Beauty 91, the deck just went completely still. It wants the full cross for you tonight. 10 cards. At Endless Beauty 91, hush now. The cards speak softly and they hate repeating themselves. At Rubbishudgather, the deck stirs. Something in it has been waiting for your question. Ruby, the candles remember you. Welcome back. The deck is showing you the difference between passing and becoming Ruby. In the past, the Five of Cups upright. Loss, grief. You spilled something and dwelled in it. A failure maybe, a closed door, the weight of it. Now the Five of Pentacles reversed. Recovery, help arriving. The candles see you moving out of the cold. You're not alone anymore. Resources are coming. Doors are opening that you didn't see before. The hardship is lifting. The future, the Seven of Pentacles upright. Patience. The long view, assessing growth. Will you clear the exam, Ruby? The cards show you tending something day after day, season after season, watching it grow. Not overnight, not easy, but steady. The candles see you passing, yes. But more than that, they see you becoming the kind of person who passes, who perseveres, who understands that the exam is just one door in a much longer walk. The answer is yes, Ruby. But the real victory is the person you're becoming in the waiting. Keep going. The candles know you will. Be still at Sulignajniklas 8 Sekiral 157. The cards are crossing the veil. They take their time on cold nights. The deck is showing you a turning point wrapped in shadow, Sulegna. Sulegna, in the past, the Nine of Pentacles upright. You earned something, built something, self-sufficiency, you prepared. Now the Ten of Swords upright, a painful ending. The candles see a difficult moment arriving. The exam didn't land the way you hoped. There's grief in this card. Betrayal, maybe. The feeling that your effort wasn't enough. But listen, Sulegna, the candles are showing you this moment not to crush you, to show you what comes next. The future, the Two of Wands upright, planning, decisions. You're standing at a crossroads, holding the world in your hands, and you're choosing your next move. The result arrives, yes, and it hurts, but the candles see you rising from it, not defeated, not finished. Already envisioning what comes after, already planning the next attempt, the next path, the next version of yourself. The exam wasn't the ending, Sulegna. It's the beginning of something you couldn't have built any other way. The candles see your resilience before they see your result. At Rubbishudgather, the candles bent toward the table just now. They always know first. Ruby, the candles are showing you something you already sense, Ruby. The deck is painting a portrait of balance arriving after you stop doubting yourself. In the past, temperance upright, you learned patience. You learned to blend opposites, to hold tension without breaking. You grew steady. Now, judgment reversed. Self-doubt whispering, you're second-guessing yourself, ignoring the call that's arriving. The candles see you hesitating right when you should be stepping forward. The future, the Ten of Cups upright, emotional fulfillment, family, lasting harmony. This new person, they're steady, Ruby. They're the kind who doesn't ask you to choose between sides of yourself. They hold space for all of you. But here's what the candles are saying: they won't arrive if you're still locked in self-doubt. They're coming towards someone who's already decided she's worth it, someone who answers when the call comes. This person will be kind, patient, real, everything you've earned through the waiting. But Ruby, you have to believe you deserve them first. The candles are waiting for that yes. Patience at Endless Beauty 91. What is meant for you is already rising through the deck. The deck is showing you what Koliani can't yet say: endless, endless. In the past, the Nine of Cups upright, he was content, satisfied, he had what he wanted, you, a wish fulfilled. Now the Ten of Pentacles reversed, family disputes, instability, the legacy cracking. The candles see him shaken, endless. This ending has destabilized something he thought was solid. He's confused. He's grasping for the structure that's collapsing, the future, the world reversed. Incompletion, loose ends. The candles show him unable to move forward. Stuck in the space between not accepting it's over, not fighting to fix it, just unfinished, haunted by the last step he didn't take. So how does he feel? Devastated, disoriented. Lost in a world that suddenly has a hole where you were. He wanted the Nine of Cups forever. He thought you were his legacy, his stability. Now he's learning what it feels like to have neither. But endless, his unfinished feelings are not your unfinished business. The candles see you walking away clean. That's the mercy you're giving yourself. Let him learn what completion means alone. The deck breathes at English with Manisha T8W, in and out. Your answer rides the exhale. Manisha, the candles remember you. Welcome back. The deck is showing you that silence isn't the ending, it's a choice point, Manisha. In the past, the Two of Cups upright, real partnership, mutual attraction. A bond that was deep and true. Now the Six of Pentacles upright, generosity, fair exchange. But listen, the candles see you giving without receiving. You're offering to him what he's not offering back. The scales are tilted, you're pouring into silence. The future, the star upright, hope, renewal, healing arriving. But here's what matters, Manisha, the star doesn't show you two healing together. It shows you healing. The candles see light returning to your own eyes, your own heart, whether he finds his way back or not. The relationship can improve, yes, but only if he breaks his silence. Only if he chooses to give back what you're giving. The cards won't make him speak. What the cards will do is show you that you don't need his words to become whole again. The candles see your star burning brighter than his silence. Trust that light more than you trust his return. At Sulignage Class 8 Sekirol 157, hush now. The cards speak softly and they hate repeating themselves. The deck is showing you a crossroads disguised as exhaustion, Sulegna. In the past, the Seven of Swords upright. Strategy, you acted alone. Maybe shortcuts, maybe cutting corners. The candles see you taking a path nobody else could see. Now the Seven of Wands upright, you're defending your ground, fighting for what you believe in, perseverance. But the exhaustion is real, isn't it? You're holding the hill by yourself and it's wearing you down. The future, the lovers reversed, disharmony, misaligned values, indecision, and here's where the candles get quiet, Sulegna. The cards are asking, are your academics and your career aligned with what you actually want, or are you defending a hill that isn't yours? The strategy that worked in the past won't carry you forward. The perseverance you're burning now needs direction. It needs to be in service of something that feels true, not just obligatory. Your career will unfold, yes. But the candles see a choice coming. Keep climbing what you've started or turn and find what actually calls to you. The exhaustion is your compass, Sulegna. Listen to where it's pointing. Every like is a candle lit in this little dark, and we do love our candles. At Rubbishudguther, the deck stirs. Something in it has been waiting for your question. Ruby, the candles are showing you something harder than betrayal, Ruby. The deck is whispering about the story you're telling yourself and whether it's true. In the past, the Five of Swords reversed. Lingering resentment, old conflicts you thought were settled. The candles see wounds that never fully healed, Ruby. Arguments won but friendships cracked. Now the Ace of Wands reversed. No spark, a fizzled idea. Your creative energy, the part of you that builds connection, it's dampened. The candles see you withdrawn, guarded, waiting for the next betrayal instead of reaching toward them. The future, the Nine of Wands reversed. Burnout, paranoia, your defenses worn so thin you can't tell the difference between protection and prison anymore. So, Ruby, are your friends backstabbing you? Or are you so afraid they will that you've already closed the door? The candles see loneliness wearing the face of betrayal. They see you keeping score of every misunderstanding instead of asking for clarity. They see you protecting yourself right out of connection. This isn't about them not understanding you, Ruby. It's about you not letting them try. The door swings both ways. You can open it again. If Vesper showed you something true, leave a like. The deck collects them like moth wings. At Endless Beauty 91, welcome to my little pool of candlelight. Sit, breathe, the cards will find you when they're ready. Be still at Bubba Floyd V2J. The cards are crossing the veil. They take their time on cold nights. The deck is asking you to look at what you mean by that question, Bubba. Bubba, in the past, justice, upright, truth, accountability, cause and effect. Candles see something being reckoned with, a weight of truth you couldn't avoid. Now the Queen of Swords upright, clarity, you're seeing things sharply now, unvarnished, no softening. You're standing in the truth of who you are, even if that truth is cold to hold. The future, the Two of Wands upright, planning, decision. You're holding the world in your hands, Bubba, and you're choosing what comes next. So has your identity been swapped? The cards are showing something different, not stolen, shifted. You've had to look at yourself without the stories you told about yourself, without the role you were playing. And that clarity, that naked truth, it feels like loss because it is. You lost the version of yourself you were hiding behind, but the candles see you standing taller now. Your real identity was always there, Bubba. It just took the hard light of justice to show it to you. The person you're becoming is more you than you've ever been. At Rubbishudguther, the candles bent toward the table just now. They always know first. And after 10 readings, the thing that was holding its breath just exhaled. Come closer, wanderers. It waited for a reason. The deck is painting a portrait of fire and shadow, Ruby. Ruby, in the past, the King of Wands upright. Vision, leadership, bold mastery. Your husband, he's a builder. A dreamer with the will to move mountains. He sees what others don't and goes after it. Now the Devil upright. Attachment, restriction, shadow patterns. The candles see him bound to something, maybe ambition, maybe control, maybe the need to be the one in charge. He's compelling, Ruby, magnetic, but there's a cost to being near that fire. The devil asks who pays for his vision, the future, the Five of Wands upright, conflict, creative friction, competition. The candles see tension ahead, not necessarily breaking but clashing. Two wills in the same room, his way or the way things fall apart. So who is he? A man of tremendous power and terrible appetite, brilliant and demanding. He draws you in with that King of Wands fire, but the devil shows what comes after, the price of staying warm by a flame that doesn't know how to be gentle. The question isn't who he is, Ruby. The question is, are you willing to keep burning? At Rubbishudguther, the deck just went completely still. It wants the full cross for you tonight, 10 cards. Patience at Rubbishudguther. What is meant for you is already rising through the deck. The deck breathes at Bubba Floyd V2J. In and out. Your answer rides the exhale. The deck is showing you your shadow's deepest hunger, Bubba, Bubba. In the past, the Ace of Swords reversed. Confusion, brutal words. The candles see a clarity that cut too deep. Maybe you wielded truth like a weapon. Maybe someone did to you. Either way, your shadow learned that sharpness can wound. Now, the Empress upright, nurturing. Abundance, natural growth. Your shadow is asking for gentleness, Bubba, for permission to grow without being cut down. It wants to be fed, not with more strategy, more defense, more sharp edges. It wants warmth. It wants to know it's allowed to be soft, to create, to expand without fear of being attacked for it. The future, the King of Wands reversed, impatience, ruthlessness without vision. The candles warn, if you don't give your shadow this nurturing now, it will come roaring out, raw, destructive, burning everything to feel something other than starved. Your shadow doesn't need more truth, Bubba. It needs to be mothered, held, told it's safe to exist without proving its worth through dominance. Feed the tender parts before they devour you. Bring a friend past the veil next time. The dark always has another chair. At Rubbishudguther, hush now. The cards speak softly and they hate repeating themselves. The deck is telling you to stop fighting and start building, Ruby. Ruby, in the past, the Nine of Wands upright, you've been resilient, standing your ground, fighting through. The candles see exhaustion written into your bones. You've held the line so long you've forgotten what it feels like to rest. Now the magician reversed. Your power is sleeping, Ruby. You have gifts, resourcefulness, will, skill, but they're tangled in illusions. You're so focused on defending what you have that you're not using what you're capable of creating. Poor planning, untapped talent. The candles see you stuck between strategies that don't serve you anymore. The future, the Four of Wands reversed. Instability, a shaky foundation. And here's the hard truth. If you keep building on exhaustion, if you keep defending instead of creating, there's no stable ground ahead. So the advice, Ruby, stop, rest first. Then ask yourself, what do I actually want to build, not what do I need to protect? Your power returns when you pivot from defense to creation. The candles see solid ground waiting for you on the other side of surrender. Trust the pause more than the fight. At Rubbishudguther, the deck stirs. Something in it has been waiting for your question. The deck is showing you a Pishek's distance disguised as something else, Ruby. Ruby, in the past, the hermit reversed. Isolation, he withdrew, loneliness. The candles see him pulling inward, away from connection, maybe from you, maybe from himself. Something made him close the door. Now the Five of Pentacles upright. Hardship, scarcity, he's in the cold, Ruby. Struggling, and the candles see something tender here. He's not reaching out. He's not asking for warmth. He's standing outside in the dark, telling himself the cold is where he belongs. The future, the Three of Cups reversed, the celebration that doesn't happen. The third wheel, the candles see distance becoming the pattern, Ruby, not romance, not connection. A friendship that stays surface or fades into obligation. So what are his feelings? He cares, maybe, but not in the way you want him to. His feelings are tangled with his own isolation. He's too caught in his own cold to reach for your warmth. The cards are gentle here, Ruby, but they're clear. Don't wait for someone to leave the cold if they've decided to stay there. Your warmth is meant for someone who wants to come inside. Be still at Bubba Floyd V2J. The cards are crossing the veil. They take their time on cold nights. The deck is asking whether she can feel you through the noise, Bubba. Bubba, in the past, the Nine of Wands upright, you've been steadfast, standing your ground, resilient. The candles see you holding on, keeping watch, refusing to let go. Now the Knight of Wands upright. Energy, passion, bold adventure. You're still burning for her, Bubba, bright and alive and reaching. But listen, the Knight moves fast. Sometimes so fast the person you're chasing can't catch their breath to understand what you're offering. The future, the Hierophant reversed, questioning. Rebellion against convention, breaking the rules. And here's what the candles see. If things continue as they are, she'll have to choose, accept the love you're showing or push back against it. There's no middle ground coming, no gentle understanding, just a reckoning. So does she know you love her? Yes, Bubba, she feels it, but knowing and accepting are different doors. The cards are asking, have you told her in words, slow and still, or are you showing her through intensity that overwhelms instead of comforts? Sometimes love needs to be whispered, not roared. At Erisconlet Shui 7Z, the candles bent toward the table just now. They always know first. The deck is showing you that love arrives after you stop carrying alone, Erisconlech. Erisconlech, in the past, the Eight of Cups upright. You walked away, seeking deeper meaning. The candles see you leaving something that wasn't enough, maybe a relationship, maybe a version of yourself. You chose yourself, that took courage. Now the Hanged Man upright. Sacred pause, new perspective. You're suspended, waiting, seeing the world from an angle you've never held before. This stillness isn't emptiness, it's a chrysalis you're becoming. The future, the Ten of Wands reversed, release. The burden sets down, and here's what the candles whisper, Erisconlech. Love comes when you're no longer carrying everything, when you've learned to set the weight aside and ask for help. When you understand that partnership means sharing the load, not doubling it. So your love reading says this: the person who finds you will arrive after this pause. They'll recognize you because you'll finally be light enough to be held. You won't need rescuing, you'll be whole. And that's when real love begins. The candles see warmth waiting for you on the other side of surrender. Patience at Rubbishudguther. What is meant for you is already rising through the deck. The deck is showing you a man caught between wanting and walking away, Ruby. Ruby, in the past, the Two of Wands upright. He planned something. He envisioned a future, maybe with you in it. He made a decision. The candles see intention, strategy, choice. Now the Five of Pentacles upright. Hardship, scarcity, he's in the cold, ruby, something shifted. He's struggling, maybe with doubt, maybe with fear, maybe with circumstances that pulled him away. The candles see him distant, withdrawn, standing outside the warmth. The future, the King of Wands upright, vision. Old mastery, leadership. And here's what matters, the king is alone. He's not moving toward you, he's moving toward his own ambition, his own fire. The candles see him choosing his vision over connection. So what are his feelings? They exist, Ruby, but they're not strong enough to keep him warm. They're not enough to make him stay in the cold for you. His feelings are a plan he decided against, a door he closed. The candles are clear and they're kind. You deserve someone whose feelings move them toward you, not away. Not someone choosing the cold. The deck breathes at SELENE class 8 Sekirol 157. In and out. Your answer rides the exhale. The deck answers with one clear blade, Selene, the Ace of Swords upright. Clarity, breakthrough, a piercing truth arriving. The candles see the fog lifting. You'll have your answer sharp, undeniable, real. Whether that answer is yes or no, the ace shows you'll know it completely. No ambiguity, no wondering. The truth will cut through every doubt you're holding right now. But here's what matters, Selene, the ace doesn't promise the outcome you want. It promises clarity. It promises you'll see exactly where you stand. If you pass, the relief will be crystalline. If you don't, the truth of what comes next will be just as clear and you'll know what to do with it. The candles see you strong enough to hold either answer. Trust the clarity more than the fear of it, Selene. If the dark was kind to you tonight, the like button glows just there, feed it. Bubba Floyd V2J, hush now. The cards speak softly and they hate repeating themselves. The deck is showing you a mirror, Bubba, not a shadow. Bubba, the magician reversed. Manipulation, illusions, untapped talent, poor planning. It is not your shadow, it is what happens when you see yourself without the story you've been telling. The candles see someone caught in illusion, yes. Someone whose power is asleep. But that's not darkness living outside you, Bubba. That's a version of you that never learned to build cleanly, never learned to manifest without bending the truth. Your shadow doesn't wear another person's face. It wears the parts of yourself you don't want to claim, the impulse to manipulate when you're scared, the talent you're afraid to use, the poor choices dressed up as strategy. So is it your shadow? No. But it might be showing you what your shadow looks like when it walks around in the world. The question isn't whether it mirrors you, Bubba. The question is, do you recognize yourself in what you see and are you ready to claim it? At Erasconlet Shui 7Z, the deck stirs. Something in it has been waiting for your question. The deck has one word for you, Erasconlet, release. Erasconlet, the Four of Pentacles reversed, you've been holding so tight. Gripping what you think keeps you safe, money, control, certainty, maybe even old versions of yourself. The candles see white knuckles. Exhaustion from the clenching. And the message is this, you're allowed to let go, not recklessly, not into chaos, but the thing you're afraid will disappear if you stop squeezing it, it won't. The things that matter stay. The things that leave were always meant to. And the space you make by unclenching your fists, that's where new things arrive. The candles see abundance waiting on the other side of your grip. You've already proven you can survive scarcity, Eras Conlech. You've already proven you're strong. Now the deck asks you to prove you can trust. Open your hands, see what stays. At LM Ob, the deck just went completely still. It wants the full cross for you tonight, 10 cards. Be still at LM Ob, the cards are crossing the veil. They take their time on cold nights. At Sulignage Class 8 Secaral 157, the candles bent toward the table just now. They always know first. The deck is showing you a storm breaking into clarity, Sulegna. In the past, the King of Swords upright. Intellect, authority, principled truth. You've been sharp, logical, disciplined. The candles see someone who knows how to think, how to master ideas. Now the King of Cups reversed. Repression, storms under a still surface. And here's what matters, you're holding back emotion. Maybe anxiety about this exam, maybe doubt. You're keeping the turbulence locked down, trying to stay composed. But the King reverse shows that cost, energy spent on control instead of flow. The future, the Chariot upright. Willpower, victory, determination, momentum. The candles see you moving forward, Sulegna, unstoppable. The exam becomes a threshold, you pass through it and the momentum doesn't stop there. It carries you somewhere new. But the path depends on this. Let the storm breathe a little. You don't need perfect control to win. You need to trust your prepared mind and your resilient heart. The Chariot doesn't ask you to grip tighter, Sulegna. It asks you to ride forward. Patience at Sulignage Class 8 Secaral 157. What is meant for you is already rising through the deck. The deck is showing you a door opening, then asking what you'll do with it, Sulegna. In the past, strength upright, courage, quiet inner strength, patience. The candles see you gathering yourself, building resilience, moving toward this dream with compassion for the journey. Now the Nine of Cups upright, contentment, a wish fulfilled. And here's the tender part, Sulegna, the candles see the admission arriving. The door opens in September. You get what you've been reaching for. The satisfaction is real. The future, the Seven of Wands upright. Perseverance, defending your ground. Conviction, but listen, once you're in, the real work begins. The candles show you'll need to keep standing, keep pushing, keep believing in yourself even when the degree tests you. The admission is the threshold, not the finish. So will you get admitted? The cards say yes, Sulegna, but they're also asking, are you ready for what comes after, for the fight to see it through? The Nine of Cups celebrates your arrival. The Seven of Wands is asking you to promise you'll stay. The deck breathes at Sulignage Class 8 Secaral 157. In and out. Your answer rides the exhale. The deck is telling you the plan will shift, Sulegna, and that's where the magic lives. Sulegna, in the past, the Ace of Cups upright. New love, emotional beginnings, an open heart. The candles see you starting something with hope, with feeling, with real investment, your academics, your dreams, your future. You poured yourself in. Now the Six of Swords reversed, resistance to change. Baggage weighing the boat, and here's the truth, things won't move as smoothly as you planned. There's friction, maybe obstacles you didn't anticipate, maybe internal doubt pulling at you. The transition you expected to be calm is rougher than you imagined. The future, the Ten of Cups upright, emotional fulfillment, lasting harmony. But listen, Sulegna, this card doesn't show your exact plan coming true. It shows something deeper, wholeness, contentment. The life you end up building will feel right, even if it doesn't look like the blueprint. So will it go as planned? No, but the candles see something better waiting, not the path you drew, but the destination your heart actually needs. Trust the detours, Sulegna. They're carrying you home. Subscribe, Wanderer, and the veil will remember your name at the next moonrise. At Endless Beauty 91, hush now. The cards speak softly and they hate repeating themselves. The deck is showing you a friendship at a crossroads, endless beauty, endless beauty. In the past, the Three of Cups upright, friendship, celebration, community joy. The candles see a bond that's been warm, connected, real. You and Kemuel have shared something genuine. Now the Four of Wands upright, celebration, homecoming, harmony. And here's what matters. Kemuel will receive your messages kindly. The candles see openness, warmth, a willingness to meet you where you are. There's no rejection waiting. There's resonance. The future, the Seven of Swords upright, strategy, stealth, acting alone. But listen, endless beauty, this card whispers something tender. One of you will need to choose honesty over silence. The candles see a moment coming where you'll have to speak something true that you've been holding back. Not to hurt, to deepen. So how will Kemuel feel? Moved, endless beauty, touched. But the cards are also asking, are you ready for what comes after, the real conversation, the one without masks? The messages are a beginning, not an ending. Trust what unfolds from here. Share this stream with one soul who walks in fog. The cards will light their way too. At Cheryl JN9E, the deck stirs. Something in it has been waiting for your question. The deck remembered you, Cheryl, and it's asking you to finish what you started. Cheryl, in the past, the Three of Swords upright. Heartbreak, painful truth. The candles see something hurt at your job. Something that cut, you've been carrying that wound. Now the world reversed. Incompletion, loose ends, the last step unfinished. And here's what the cards whisper, you're not done here yet, Cheryl. There's something waiting to be resolved, integrated, made whole. The cycle hasn't closed. Leaving now would mean leaving the work undone. The future, the Eight of Pentacles reversed. Perfectionism, drudgery. Losing sight of why, and the candles are clear. If you chase something better without finishing here, you'll carry the same restlessness into the next place. The problem isn't the job, Cheryl. It's the unfinished business inside you. So will something better come up? Maybe, but the deck is asking, will you be ready to receive it or will you keep running? Stay long enough to heal what broke, Cheryl. Then the door to something real opens. Be still at Eriscon Lechui 7Z. The cards are crossing the veil. They take their time on cold nights. The deck is showing you the grief you've already survived, Eriskonlech.